Hello, everyone. I am here again to talk about, well, the MLB Advanced Media deal, of course, that just got announced. Another episode of Travis Talks. I know, obviously, you're probably getting flooded with all this information, and so another video seems kind of crazy, but I promise you this makes a lot of sense. There's just so much conversation. I want to just distill it into a couple of minutes and explain exactly what this whole thing is. Now, if you haven't seen it, and I won't go into crazy details because we have an article up on the site and an interview with members from Riot as well as MLB Advanced Media. Highly recommend it. The best videos. We only do the best videos and articles here at Yahoo Esports. But it explains this whole deal, $50 million on average per year minimum guarantee through the 2023 season, etc. So you may be asking yourself, what is MLB Advanced Media in the first place? Is this some partnership with baseball, or what's the deal? So here's a quick explanation of MLB Advanced Media. MLB, to their credit, decided before most of the other sports to really try to do a kind of online digital distribution thing, right? It's so standard now. You can watch so many sporting events or HBO or whatever online. But in the way back when, it was kind of this new revolutionary thing that you don't have to watch it on TV. You can watch it online with this subscription. So they essentially built out this company, or this part of their company, that eventually spun out into its own thing called MLB Advanced Media. It is majority owned by the owners of the MLB, but also has a very big stake, basically about a 1/3 stake by Disney. And so what this company has been known for is just creating this digital distribution technology, I guess is a good way to put it, right? And they have formerly been known, for the most part, as this kind of like white label solution. For those that don't know, white label is normally like, like a production company or something that people don't really know what it is. It's just kind of a generic thing. So here's a good example. HBO Go, that a lot of people watch, HBO stuff on, that underlying technology is MLB Advanced Media. So if you're watching something there, you're actually watching it on, and now, by the way, they're calling themselves BAM Tech. So that's why in the interview we call them BAM Tech a lot. But yeah, essentially BAM Tech and HBO uses BAM Tech and has a deal with them to share all this content out there, and they run all the technology and that kind of thing. They also obviously do MLB. There's an NHL deal. NBC Football, I believe, is also does stuff with them. And so they really handle this technology side of stuff. They also handle sales. There's a sales component to them. They do subscription services. A lot of their stuff is subscription. MLB, for instance, is a subscription, obviously HBO Go. And so, in the past, nobody really knows or understands like, MLB Advanced Media, that's the thing that I'm watching this on. It's just kind of this platform that, oh, I'm watching HBO Go. Oh, I'm watching MLB.com and watching something there and all this stuff. So that's really what MLB Advanced Media is. In fact, it's very likely that there wouldn't have been such a conversation within the community around this stuff if it wasn't for some of those early leaks and rumors and reports around what this is. Otherwise, there's a chance Riot could have just been like, yeah, we're partnering with this company to do a bunch of stuff. We'll see. I don't know. But that's what is going on now. Now, I also want to explain a little bit about this $50 million number. It's very important that you note that in the language that's been sort of put out there, this is a $50 million per year minimum guarantee, or average, a $50 million per year average minimum guarantee through the 2023 season. So it's about a 6 or 7 year long deal. So when you hear that, you might think like, Riot's going to get $50 million next year from MLB Advanced Media. First off, let's talk about that minimum guarantee word, because it's kind of this weird business term. So minimum guarantee is when a company does a deal with another company and they said, we'll give you at least $50 million in this year. And it's a minimum guarantee, so it's based on how much they can sell. So for instance, if I did a minimum guarantee of $50 million with you next year, I would have to give you $50 million at least. Now, let's say I actually did $100 million in sales. Not only do I give you the $50 million, but there's usually like a rev share on top of that 50. So maybe it's a 50-50 rev share. So I'm actually giving you $75 million because you get 50% of whatever's on top of the $50 million. I know it's kind of weird and crazy, but that's kind of what this means, is that there's actually a chance that MLB Advanced Media will pay more than the minimum guarantee down the line. Now, it's also important to take note of the fact that they say average. Now, this means that on average, there's a $50 million guarantee over the next several years through the 2023 season. Probably what that means, reading into it, is Riot is not getting $50 million next year, from at least at a minimum. There's a good chance that they're actually getting, for instance, in 2023, $100 million minimum, but maybe next year they only get 10 or 20 million. And here's why that is. It actually takes a while for companies to build up these kind of sales relationships and to build the technology to monetize all this stuff and really get to a place there. So, and also there's an assumption, I think, of growth, that over the next several years, Riot's streams will start to get more and more viewers, right? So there's a long-term deal between BAM Tech and Riot, and over that time, BAM Tech will pay Riot more every year because they'll be able to make more money, they'll be able to sell to more people, and Riot will probably get even more views, so it'll be worth even more. The whole thing will be worth more, and more sponsors will come in. So very unlikely that Riot is actually getting a $50 million next year. This is going to be like an average over the course of all these different years through 2023. So that's what that $50 million thing is. That's what the minimum guarantee thing is. That's what the average thing is. I want to explain that. Now, I know we're kind of running long, so I'll wrap this up here, but I also want to kind of dive in a little bit on what this actually means. So first off, if you watch the video, there's no plans, you're still gonna be able to watch stuff on Twitch, you're still gonna be able to watch stuff on YouTube. It sounds, in fact, like you won't even be able to watch anything on this new technology at the very beginning of next year, because the deal probably just got signed, they have to develop all this stuff out. However, it is my opinion that this is something that over time, Riot will develop with BAM Tech a really great product for fans. For instance, it'll probably be streamed in the client. That's something that they kind of alluded to, is that long-term they want to put it there. They alluded to a subscription service that adds extra value. So one example that I can just think of off the top of my mind is you subscribe, not only do you get 1080p, but you also get a thing where if you've got a LCS icon on your account when you're watching it in the stream, you have a chance to earn IP or unlock skins or something like this. And maybe you get extra tools or stats, like overlays that go over the stream, or extra technology that is introduced there. So, like over time, I think what is going to end up happening is the solution that they're building, the product that they're building with BAM Tech, is going to get really, really good. So right now you might say, okay, maybe I want to watch on Twitch, maybe I want to watch on YouTube, maybe I want to watch on the client. But at a certain point in time, it's going to be so good because they're going to keep adding technology. They're going to build an app, apparently. This is what they said in the interview, that you're just going to start watching it there. And what's interesting about this, by the way, is that I did a video, a Travis Talks, actually just a couple weeks ago, where I was talking about the dominance of Twitch. And this is actually kind of an interesting thing, because this is the first time where a product is being built and will have enough publisher initiative and probably some extra technology and all these kind of integrations that I usually think in the long run, you probably won't be wanting to watch League of Legends on Twitch, because it's going to be kind of a secondary platform, and YouTube. And maybe 3 or 4 years from now, nobody's watching on Twitch. Riot doesn't even stream it there. They don't even have to worry about it. Suddenly, BAM Tech gets exclusive because it's just inherent that you would only watch it there. So it's a lot of interesting things to take in here. From a fan perspective, it doesn't feel to me at this point in time, and who knows, that anything is going to get worse for you. It seems like they're only going to build stuff over time to make this better. There's going to be money coming in. A lot of questions around what the rev share is going to be with owners. Doesn't sound like this is happening in 2017, but when Riot starts making $50 million a year or more, obviously they're going to have to share this with some of the owners. Probably by then we'll have franchising. So it's just a really interesting thing, and quite frankly, maybe one of the biggest things that has happened in esports this year, even though a lot of people won't really understand the implications of it, and we probably won't see a lot of the results of this for several years. So hopefully this stuff has helped illuminate or explain any of this. I know it's a lot of business jargon and very strange, but I hope you enjoyed the video. You can, again, check out the interview I did with Riot and BAM Tech on site. We also have an article explaining some of this news and more. So thanks for watching. You can check out more coverage of all things League of Legends, esports, and more here at Yahoo Esports.